Morning, good morning, good morning. The show is called TBR SSF Show, which simply means TBR Solution Sports Forum. It is myself, the Sober Boys, Wale Fatsi. I'm all by myself, but guess what? I'm with you today. The Fela Sisonke, we are together on Sesam. Sports show, as you know, every morning. And then today, what I want us to look at is we are looking at two important weeks in both football and the economic side of it. We have two big games tomorrow and another blockbuster games the coming weekend. So this week is a Nedbank Cup final, Orlando Pirates versus Marumo Gallants at Orlando Stadium, and then Mamelodi Sundowns versus Kaiser Chiefs at Loftus Versfeld. Very big game in Gauteng. Now, why do I say it's very good for economy? Can imagine there are a lot of people who have descended in Gauteng from other parts of the country, and those people have slept at the guest houses, and then they've taken transport to transport them. You know, Saddam all the time, he always have his people that he goes around with them. And remember, Saddam at some point tell us that they have this relationship as Tembisa branch and Kukuletu. So now the PNBs are making money. Not only them, the guys in the taxi industry, they'll be ferrying people there. They're making money themselves. What about the gogos who are selling at the stadium out there, selling the goodies, the food, and so on? And then they are also making money. Doesn't end there. What about the sponsors of the teams, including Nedbank? They are making a killing. And also next week, can you imagine a sponsor like Vodacom, Nedbank, I mean Vodacom, Adidas, because they are going to get an exposure this week and coming next week. So everybody is going to benefit. Now, let me also indicate that Prasa, yesterday, they have issued their statement to tell how are they going to have ferry people from, you know, from various destination to the games. Now, let's start with the game of Orlando Pirates versus Marumo Gallants. The game starts at 3 o'clock tomorrow on Sunday. As you can see, this is a timetable for Naledi to Johannesburg. And you can see those timetables, they show the train's number. They also show the timing and what time are they going to returning back and so on. So those are the areas that they will be moving on. So even those are also making money. So we also have here Midway, New Canada to Johannesburg. Uh, People going to that game of Orlando Pirates at Orlando Stadium, and then where some means Scotty, where people are just cooking and so on. It's gonna be very exciting, and in terms of football, I think the teams have done extremely well. I think the sponsors are smiling all the way in terms of brand awareness, and then so they've done well. Here's another game, another timetable for Naledi to Johannesburg. As you can see, where they'll be moving from places such as Cruces, Lachte, you name them, New Canada, Mzimhlope, Pumulong, and so on. And then the timing of leaving and the timing of returning. So these are the trains for this big game of what you call um, Pirates and Marumo Gallants. I'm also going to show the ones for what you call the ones for Mamelodi Sundowns versus Kaiser Chiefs. So yeah, I'm sure a lot of media people have this information, so you can ask there, and then they'll be able to assist if you need some information. So now I'm gonna move in terms of the trains for the game between Mamelodi Sundowns and Kaiser Chiefs. Let me line them up first for you so that when I start showing them, at least you see what I'm talking about. And then just setting them up. it's going to be very exciting. And then in the field of play, we know that Pirates, they're on song. You know, a person like Jose Rivero has done very well because it's not only this game, and he's also, you know, still going to play the semi-final. He's on the verge of winning three serious trophies this year if he does well. And I'm sure even the players they're looking forward to that because, I mean, you can imagine if players they win this kind of trophies, and that will take them, put them on the map. Like I said, everybody will be benefiting, especially those people who are in the logistic, in terms of taxes, in terms of transportation, and so on. Now, let's share what um, Prasa has shared with us as the media. Now, this is the first sharing that I'm going to share with you. The timetable from Pretoria to Salisbury, Mamelodi Sundowns, Kaizer Chiefs, and then those are the places that they'll be moving from, and then those are the train numbers and numbers. These are the train numbers on top here. These are the timing of departing, and then different times, and then also when they ferry people back. So those are the different times that they'll be used. So now, yeah, let's see the others. Now here we are looking at Loftus to Pienaarsport, and then those are the destination, the departure, as you can see, Pienaarsport, and then to Loftus Versfeld Stadium, and then those are the timing and the train numbers, so you can watch. And then yeah, I'm sure you want to see yourself. Like I said, people are going to benefit, and then they'll be selling as much as they can, so that at the end of the day, maybe let me hold it a little bit so that people can be able to see, maybe from social Google or Libaling, and then you can be able to see what's happening and the timing and so on. So that get yourself there very early. So it's better for you. Remember, the game is tomorrow. So you can watch here and check the timing for yourself. And then, yeah, so that's it. So it's going to be very exciting tomorrow. And then in the field of play, Marumo Gallants is a surprise team. They do well, and then they've been very, very consistent. And you know, when they started this team, they were like spoilers, but now it seems as if it's a team that we need to take it very seriously. And then they're in the semifinals. But in terms of Rivero has done exceptionally well. Has done exceptionally well. He stands a chance of winning the league. He stands a chance of winning Nedbank Cup, the CAF Champions League. This is very exciting for Rivero. And you've got players like Mufokeng, Tito, and so on. You know what? If they can win these three titles, they would have done extremely well. This could have been a very, very exciting journey for both teams. Now, we know that everybody is watching. Remember, if Pirates win this Nedbank Cup, it will definitely motivate them to focus and ensure that even when it comes to the league, they become consistent. And they have a big one. Next week, they have the Champions League. So we are looking forward to see how Pirates will do. And then this is a revolution. Although we hear some news, I don't know whether it's something that has to destabilize Pirates. That it sounds like Jose Rivero is wanted by Al Ahly, so there is that chance that he may join Al Ahly. So we got those news from Sokaladuma. So that's Sokaladuma is the source of those news. So yeah, and then next week we know it's gonna be very exciting because we have the Champions League, where we have the North versus the South, Egypt versus South Africa. Very exciting. So we are looking forward to that, and then to that game. So it's gonna be very, very exciting. Although during the week we didn't have good things that were happening here, whereby the team from the north were fighting with our players. I watched at Soccer Beat. They were saying the guy who was there, the journalist who was watching there, according to him, everyone started by the guys from Algeria. They're the ones who started. But there was another footage that I saw on social media where a guy from Algeria beat a security guy who was doing nothing, was just marshalling people. Then he beat him. Well, we want to see. It's a very tough one. We'll see how Dr. Patrice Motsepe and his team are going to respond to this one because they need to deal with this one. Yeah, as I say, next week, it's a big one. Yeah, this pick was taken before, before the quarterfinals. So now we know that it's Al Ahly who are going to verse um, Orlando Pirates, and then so it's going to be very exciting. Now let me share the fixture so that you understand very well. Now here is the fixture. No, Mamelodi Sundowns is they'll be facing Al Ahly. Mamelodi Sundowns and Al Ahly they become rivals now when it comes to the continental football. As you can see, that the first leg on the 19th of April, 1 o'clock. There is a big one, Mamelodi Sundowns, and then and Al Ahly. Yeah, we are going to watch that game very closely. And guess what? They are playing here again. And as I was saying, the very same movement of transportation, B&Bs, and so on, the same thing is going to happen again next week. And over and above, the very same 19th, Orlando Pirates will be playing at FNB with Pyramids FC. Okay, so that'll be the 19th. Pirates they play at 4 o'clock, whereas according to GMT time, as you can see there, whereas Mamelodi Sundowns and Al Ahly it will be 1 o'clock. Then the second leg, let's see, the second leg on the 25th of April. It is Al Ahly versus Mamelodi Sundowns. They are playing on the 25th at Cairo, GMT, 17 hours GMT time at Cairo. And then here at FNB, it will be, okay, it will be Orlando Pirates versus Pyramids. That's the, no, it will be Pyramids versus Orlando Pirates, and also the second leg in Cairo. And then it will be the 25th at 7 GMT time. All right. Now, these are the games. First semi-final, 1 o'clock GMT time in Pretoria, Mamelodi Sundowns, Al Ahly. And then 5 o'clock GMT time, 4 o'clock GMT time, it's Orlando Pirates, same day, which is the 19th, at FNB Stadium. Then the 25th, Al Ahly, Mamelodi Sundowns, Cairo, 17-hour GMT time. And then Pyramid, Orlando Pirates, and then at where's the stadium? I see at Cairo again, Pyramids. So those are the games, and then it's going to be very exciting. We are looking forward to that. And then remember when I was doing the show, I've always been saying, I wish Pirates and Sundowns can go to the finals. So I hope that dream will come through. And then so that at least we can show that we are also a team to be reckoned with. And then, yeah, so we are looking forward and then to see how things are going to pan out. Now, let me move on with the show. And then let me just remind you that we are a financial company. You can buy the books from us and then learn, because I believe that if you really want to do well in the business of finance, you need to learn about money. You need to know how money works, and that will help you to understand your finances and be able to to navigate. And because it's not about the money you have, it's about other things that are not related to money. It's about emotional intelligence. When you're under pressure, how do you respond? And when you are dealing with your debts, how do you respond when they call you, they want you to pay them? And remember, it's not nice. It's not a nice experience. But now everything has to be done because life goes on. So now I want to share those books and you can learn from us. Now, the first one that I'm going to share is this one, How I Turned 500 Rand into a Million Rand Business, which is the book I wrote and I said you can do the same. And of course, it's simple. I mean, it's really simple. It's possible. You can do the same. Yes, it's difficult, but you can do the same. And what I love about business, you can copy what others have done, just like I did. I copy from what others have done, and then that gives me the go ahead. And then here's another one by Dr. Darlene Smith, a very good friend of mine, the book called How to Win the Wealth Game, The Art of Money. This lady worked for the Reserve Bank for 33 years. So you can imagine she has been there for some time. Now she's on retirement, and as an she's on retirement, an economist. Then the first book that I wrote is this one, Secrets for Becoming Rich. I have first edition and second edition. All these books you can buy them from us, and then this is very important to always try by all means to educate yourself. Otherwise, if you don't do that, things won't go well. Here's another one, How to Get Out of Bad Debts, Use Other People's Money and Resources to Get Rich. When things are like this, people are having stress, people are being called by creditors, they want their money, and how to deal with that. You must just grab a copy for yourself and see how can you do that. And then the last book that I'm going to share with you is by Nom Summers Bugo, and then which is called An Entrepreneur Awakening with a Drive. Nom Summers Bugo is a business lady who hails from Emalahleni. So if you want her book, you can get it from us or you can get it from NOMSA in Witbank. All right, I know there are some bookstores that are selling the book there, and then you can just check. So those are some of the things that you need to check with us as far as that the news are concerned. Now, let me share other news quickly. Remember, I don't know whether some of you guys did watch Lionel Messi over the weekend. He did extremely well. I enjoyed the game. Messi was very classy, and then he did so much in that game. They won to the semifinal. He was like obsessed. If you remember how he played during the time of the World Cup, this was it. Because they were losing 1-0, but you saw Messi was speared, and then he motivated the players. I saw him at some point encourage the players to come down, and then he played almost trying to be everywhere in every position. So that was very, very exciting. And you saw the happiness that was in the face of the boss of, what do you call, Inter Miami together with David Beckham. And guess what? Jorge says they are thinking of, in fact, apparently they've agreed that Messi is going to be one of the owners of the team. So these are the good news. Now, as part of my Messi special, let me share with you. And as I say, they proceeded to the next tournament. This guy is writing history every time, every time. And I saw another article where he said um, he never enjoyed himself at Paris Saint-Germain. And guess what? He said he remembers the people who made him feel well. And he mentioned Neymar and Mbappe. And all along I thought that Mbappe had a problem with Messi. Because for me, he was not passing it. But it doesn't seem that he harbors that thing. And I saw people talking about, I think Kuman was saying, don't compare Amin Lamal with Messi. Amin Lamal is doing well, and then but Messi is something else. And I fully agree. Don't compare the two because the young man, he still has to do his job. As you can see here, Jorge here, he was so excited. It's after the game here, celebrating what Messi has done. So those are some of the things that we will be watching. Now, please continue to subscribe and like, and then because we want to grow, all right? And then it's because when you grow, we improve our product, and then so that can be able to have time and watch. I love internet. There are a lot of podcasts out there, which is good now. Unlike before, very few people were monopolizing the industry. Now that monopoly is gone. Everyone can do whatever that he wants to do. All right, and then yeah, at least you get the news now from time to time. And then thanks for the people who are subscribing because I can see we are growing, which is quite good, and we appreciate. By mere subscribing and liking and interacting and commenting, and then you are giving us a go ahead. You're giving us a mile to get to another level. And I would like to thank you especially for continuing to watch the show with us. TBR SSF Show. And let me remind you, those who wants to learn about business, and then we have a mentoring program. We call it a TBR membership club. If you want to join, give us a call, contact us, and watch the number at the end, which is a WhatsApp number. Just drop it. Just drop your contact details. We'll come back to you. I thank you.
Straight into the history books for a CAF Champions Cup competition. And of course, look at how it would start. An opportunity here as Long would strike early on, and would this reach the back of the net? Knowing Inter Miami would need 3 goals to go through to the next round, it certainly seemed further away than it would have been at the beginning of the whistle in this one. Leo Messi would follow through with this play. Makes his run. Delivery from Lucho Suarez, and Leo strikes it off his left. Nothing to do that time for Leonis, as he was never going to get to that one. Eventually, Messi again on the ball in the second half. And Asquito Segovia would look to find an opportunity over on the left side. Noah Allen would receive from Leo. And finally, a goal given to Redondo, as Hollinshead can't keep it out. And the comeback would be more alive than ever. Messi with a cross. Lucho gets on it, but this would be called off. Very tight decision, VAR involved. And at the end of the night, called off by Cesar Arturo Ramos Palazuelos. Unbelievable mistake this time on the handball from Santos. He knows it. Ramos Palazuelos would go to VAR briefly to look at the image, look at the video, and Leo would strike out of Leo. Top class finish. Always staring down Leonis. And the 3-1 scoreline for Inter Miami, which sees them through to the next round. Semifinals for them. Javier Mascherano and company. Absolutely living the dream at the moment as their team has advanced. Thank you so much for being with us.